Welcome to another edition of Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. Excited to be back with you for another growing season, and typically I follow row crop operations. Last year was the TAPS Testing Ag Performance Solutions program. This year, though, I'm going a little off the beaten path. Though when you look at the agriculture history of Nebraska, it's something that's very popular. Prior to Prohibition, there were more acres of grapes in Nebraska than there were acres of corn. And that brings us now to Max Creek Winery and Vineyard near Lexington, Nebraska. Our farmer that we're going to be following through is one of the McFarland family. It's Max Mac McFarland, better known as Mac. And Mac, thank you so much for having us out here today. As we get started, first, give us the overview. Kind of tell us about what Max Creek Winery and Vineyard is today.
Well, that's kind of a loaded question. If you ask the boys, they may tell you it's actually a hobby that's gone bad. But it started out spring of 2000. We actually planted our first grapes here. And the intention was just to grow some grapes. And at that time, there were 3 wineries in the state. We were going to sell what grapes we might get to them. But the main, I think the main reason we got into that, my wife and I are both farm kids. We grew up just north here in the Eddyville-Sumner area. And, it was one of those things we wanted to get back to our roots and plant something and see if we could make it grow and sweat and get dirty and all that kind of stuff. So we started out with like 100 grapes, vines, and had real good luck, and we added some more and added some more. And then, I don't know, down the road, I get blamed for the shift in vision from just selling grapes to other wineries to how about we build a winery? And so the learning curve's been pretty steep, but 2002 we opened the doors to the winery. 2 years ago we added a brewery. The first year out, I think we produced maybe 1,200 gallons of wine. This year we'll probably, knock on wood and Mother Nature cooperating, we'll probably be in the 16,000 to 18,000 gallons range.
So what an impressive leap of faith that was, and how the dividends have paid for them. When it comes to growing of the vines and of the grapes, this year has been a little bit of an unusual year. We've held some cooler temperatures into it. Where are we at in the grape growing process? This year has really been a puzzle to me. The good news is we had a very slow, gradual cooling down in the fall, which helps these vines go dormant. And fortunately, they really hit, I think, the depths of their dormancy about February. And that's about the time we start to actually prune. We had, the end of February, we hit minus 36 degrees out here, which is, I don't think I've ever seen it that cold, and I've been around for quite a few years. We grow hybrids, regional cold climate grapes that are bred for this climate. Cool growing season, relatively short growing season compared to California, and very volatile temperatures, and like I said, down to 20, 25 below. We hit minus 36, and I'm going, oh, this isn't going to go well. We kept pruning, and I don't think we were hurt hardly at all with that. And it'll be several weeks before we're able to visit again on another episode of Fridays in the Field. So what are going to be some things that you're looking at for the vineyard here over the next couple weeks?
Well, with bud breaks starting to happen now, we'll get these things all budded out and they will bloom. We have a little bit of spraying that we're going to be doing. We use ozone spray and essential oil sprays. We don't use any chemical pesticides at all. We will get them sprayed and nice and healthy and all of that. Going to do a little fertilizing, both granular on the ground and foliar once we get the leaves out and the shoots out. That's going to keep us busy for the next, certainly the next few weeks. As soon as we get the spraying done, then we'll call our friends over at Long Honey, and they'll bring the bees back. We have grapevines that are perfect flowers. They don't need help to pollinate, but we've found that every little bit can help, and they do help us along. So they'll be here for the rest of the summer.
Thank you again to Max McFarland, better known as Mac, for taking us through Max Creek Winery here near Lexington. It's Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.